Hello there, and welcome to ActiveNET Training. We're going to talk today about the point of sale. And point of sale, again, is one of the easier parts of ActiveNET and also kind of the foundation when it comes to checking out any kind of program or class. I think we're going to be able to get you a little bit more insight on how that all works. So right now we're in the trainer. You may probably see my screen right now in the trainer. And we're going to take you through how point of sale works. To begin, when you log into ActiveNet, you're going to go up to the banner tab at the top for point of sale. When you click on that, it's going to take you to one of the menus. For instance, this is for the summit, and because we have the point of sale ready to go, I just wanted to share a little bit about some of the highlights of these buttons. Now, you can create buttons and stuff in point of sale, which then allows you to drill further on particular items. Now, for instance, we have right here the operations part. If I click on this, it's going to take me into another menu. And my recommendation, too, is that whenever you put together a menu, I would definitely have a go back button. So then you will be able to move one slide back to where you were or to your main menu. So it's very important that when you configure your point of sale, try to have a go back button to allow yourself to move along inside the point of sale. But to continue on, you again have lots of different menu options, and you can again create buttons like this where you can then go into the club menu, and you can see you can actually allow for more options on all of these buttons. And it's real important too that you can then you can create colors and you can do all different types of prices, but allow yourself the ability to give you plenty of menu options. If you know you're going to have multiple things, you can set up, and we'll do another video on how to create additional menu items. But today, I just want to show you at least how you can register for point of sale items and then check out. So today, let's look at this. So for instance, what we have two different ways in point of sale to look at things. One, you can get the price that's preset, or you can enter a price that is pretty much at your own suggestion. For one of the things in our nutrition program, we have to enter in money each day. Allowing this, when we click on nutrition, I've actually created a menu that will allow you to do a few options, or you can actually enter the money for the day. If you wanted to enter money for reimbursement checks that come through for meals and transportation, you can do that. And so this is one way of looking at it. You can do the meal donation is at one of those what they call department, which is then allows you to enter a price. So when I click on the meal donation, you're going to see right down here on the bottom left, there's going to be an amount that comes up. And say, for instance, I want to put in $25 for the day. Okay. So you put in the amount that you're wanting to ring up. So it'll be $25. You're going to hit OK. Now you're going to see at the top up here in the top left corner, that's going to come up as a list of the things you're wanting to ring up. And in this stage, you can do any of that. You can ring up as many of these items as you want. And because we're in the trainer, we're going to do a pretty good example here. Also, just to know, you can also search the system by going to product search. Now, a lot of different location point of sales are going to be different. But if you do have the product search button, this is what it will do. You can also search by stuff as well. And you can say, for instance, you can say beverage. You can look for a product like BEV, right, beverage. And you can look it up, and it will show you what is available. And we have a bottled beverage and a canned beverage. And bottled beverages is what we use for like sodas and stuff. So I'm going to bring one of those up, $4. And this also, again, takes out the tax too and applies that tax right there into the sales tax window. So we can look at items that way. And you also can do, again, we have the different departments. In this case, department is recognized as categories. And we have in the actual ActiveNet system, we do have different categories for the point of sale items. And sometimes our day passes and stuff are under admissions. You can search for that as well. And again, a lot of locations, you're going to find a lot of the daily classes or other things like that are going to be found in this menu. So you can choose one of these as well. And so, for instance, I want to do, if hypothetically pick up a Tai Chi class, I'm going to go ahead and do a daily Tai Chi class for $3. So again, you're seeing the pattern here. We can add any items right here to the side. You know, if again, we can look at another mission class, and we can also highlight yoga. So we'll add yoga in there, $5. Okay, so now we got a total window here. So you look at the top here, you got the list. You look at the bottom on this part, you can then see the subtotal. It's going to give you that with your tax and total charges equals $34. So now you can now go in and we're ready to go and check out. So you now have some items and now we're ready to finish this out. So now we're going to go ahead and then actually, and what actually is very interesting is that we don't have all the options here, which, and again, I would recommend if you can do consistent with your tenders on each page, try to do that. This is kind of an older version, so we don't have all of it on there. But on the main page, you're going to want to make sure that everything is there for you. So again, you can actually pay with this stuff as well. And for whatever reason, we don't have the cash button, which is really odd to me. So we will, we'll try to do a check in this case, which, again, the cash is pretty easy, and you pretty much will ring up the cash for what it is, and then you hit finish. Now, very important part just to let you know, we do on hypothetically, there is a pay with cash button here for us at the summit, and that would be a tender option. Why it's not there, I'm not real sure. But we will hypothetically put that in play when it comes to actually doing the example. So we do have $34 and we're ready to check out. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and do a pay with check. Okay, so in this case, we're going to go ahead and hit the purple button for $34. And hypothetically, the check number was 1234. Okay, and then we're going to hit OK. So now you have the check button here. You're going to see in the list here that check is going to offset for $34. Okay, so your payment tender is now checked for $34, confirming what this is the payment amount. And then at the end, you will then hit finish. And do you want a print receipt? Nah, I'm going to say okay, even though I'm not hooked up to a printer right now. And it should go ahead and switch over. Why it's not doing that, I have no idea, but we are. Okay, there it goes. So we do have, it's ended up slowing down, but we do have a point of sale closed out for the check amount, and it will show the receipt right here. So again, you have that option there. But you also just a note on here, you do have tenders where you can actually, if you do the cash and you do have somebody that gives you a 20, you can actually ring up the 20s by hitting this button, $10, $5, so on. So you can do those right there as well. And then actually hit the cash button, which just like the check, you'll see the pay with cash button show up on the left side over here. And that'll also allow you to do that. But also where you come into point of sale, you have one or two ways to get there. We talked about the banner tab at the point of sale, which is probably one of the easiest ones. However, if you are also if you're enrolling folks into programs and also need to add a point of sale item, say, for instance, they wanted to buy a drink or something from your front desk, that you can actually come back to front desk and then add the point of sale item directly here from sell. And that will continue the transaction that you currently have for maybe one of your programs you're ringing up. So you can actually do the sale in multiple areas here. So that's also a real good thing. But this will help you kind of get an idea about how point of sale works. We then again, here it goes, it comes back on cash now. So we again have an option where you can do that. And then in the cafe, let's do another example here. In the cafe, we're going to ring up some lunch stuff. So I have the lunch here, and I'm going to do a bowl of soup, sandwich, and then I'm going to also go back here to the actual snacks and sides or beverages. I'm going to go and get a bottle of beverage here. Okay, so here in this case, we've got the amount for $10, and we are ready to pay, and the person's going to give me $10 exactly. So I can hit the tender button right here and pay with cash and 10, and I'm going to hit OK. So you got your cash payment $10 there, and then you'll hit finish. And do you want the receipt? So now that part is all wrapped up, and then on the end you'll get a confirmation as well. Okay, so there are no changes due because we ended up having $10 there, and that concludes how a cash sale would be. We'll do more with credit cards in another video, but this at least gives you the basics on how to put together a point of sale transaction and then check out. Hope this video has been helpful. Please search the additional videos that are in the playlist on my YouTube channel for ActiveNET. Thank you for watching. see you next time. Thank you again.